Do people talk over you in meetings? Do you walk into a room and feel invisible, like you could disappear and no one would notice? Do you watch someone with half your intelligence command twice your respect just by standing differently, moving differently, being differently? If you felt that, you're not weak. You've just never been shown the truth about how respect actually works. Friedrich Nietzsche saw it over a century ago, and what he found was uncomfortable. Respect is not given to the loudest. It is taken by the most self-possessed. Stay until the end. The final lesson will completely change how people see you without you ever saying a word. Respect is not earned by being good. It is earned by being powerful. Not powerful in the violent sense. Powerful in the self-contained sense. The man who needs nothing from the room is always the most magnetic person in it. People don't respect what begs. They respect what stands. Nietzsche called it the will to power, the deepest drive in every human being. Not the desire to dominate others, but the drive to become more, to expand, to master oneself. When people sense that drive in you even silently, they feel it. The body reads power before the mind does. Weakness is a signal. So is strength. You are broadcasting one of the two at all times. Here is how it works in practice. When you enter a room anxious, scanning for approval, your body contracts. Your eyes shift. Your sentences trail off. People unconsciously register this as low status, and they treat you accordingly. But when you enter settled, when you are not asking the room for anything, people lean in. They come to you. Respect flows toward the one who does not pursue it. Most people fill silence because silence terrifies them. They talk to be liked. They explain themselves to avoid judgment. But Nietzsche understood something ruthless. Unnecessary words are a form of surrender. Every time you over-explain, you signal that you need to be understood, that you need approval. The man who speaks only when it matters forces the room to listen when he does. Silence is not emptiness. It is compression. Pressure builds in silence. Nietzsche called it resentment, the psychology of the weak. When a person has no inner power, they seek validation from the outside. They perform. They reshape themselves to win every audience. And the tragedy? The more they perform, the less anyone respects them. People can smell the performance. What they cannot ignore is authenticity, the person who is exactly the same whether watched or alone. That consistency is rare. And rare things are always respected. Here is what you need to hear. If you have struggled to earn respect, if you have been kind, agreeable, helpful, and still been overlooked, you are not the problem. You were taught that making yourself smaller makes you more lovable. That asking for less makes you more accepted. That was a lie. You were never too much. You were trained to be too little. So what do? You stop performing and start presencing. You stop asking the room what it thinks and start deciding what you think. You let your opinion stand without softening it to death. You stop apologizing for taking up space. Nietzsche's answer was not arrogance, it was self-mastery. The person who has conquered themselves does not need to conquer the room. The room feels it and adjusts. Apply these starting today. 1. Speak less, mean more. Say half as many words. Make each one count. 2. Stop explaining yourself. A decision does not need a trial. State it and stand by it. 3. Hold eye contact 1 second longer than feels comfortable. Confidence lives in that 1 second. 4. Never chase a conversation that is drifting away from you. Let it go. People return to what does not chase them. 5. Do one thing daily with no order. Train, create, think for yourself alone. This is the foundation of the inner power others will eventually feel. Respect is not something you ask for. It is something you radiate, or you don't. And the only difference between those two people is whether they have made themselves their own authority. People do not respect those who need their respect. They respect the ones who could live without it. This video found you because you already sensed this truth in your body. You've been in that room. You've felt that invisibility. And somewhere inside you knew the answer wasn't to talk louder or perform harder. You were right. Presence is not volume. Respect is not approval. Power is not something you take from others. It is something you build within yourself. If this reached something real and you subscribe. This channel is built around the philosophy of Friedrich Nietzsche, the hidden dynamics of human psychology, personal power, and the deep truths about why people behave the way they do. The next video will go even deeper. Don't miss it.